My name is Maria. I'm Norwegian and I live in a small town in southern Norway, working from my beautiful little cottage home as a creative entrepreneur and video maker, together with my partner Bendik, who is an artist. Over the last years, we have been touring different parts of Norway with a workshop called Cultural Heritage Through Plants. Bendik and I basically go to schools all over the country and teach the kids about wild plants and their many uses. By the beginning of this video, we had been touring Norway with the wild plants and foraging workshop for about a month and a half, and we had been to as far west as you can go in Norway, in Austerheim. Then we had this very intense and thought-provoking trip to the northernmost county on the mainland, which is Troms and Finnmark, before we headed all the way back down to the south in our home before heading out again. So we basically had traveled really far west, really far north, and then we were going south again, and then we were going east, which is what you will see in this video. What I've definitely learned from traveling around like this is how different the landscape and the mood can be from place to place. And not just from north to south, but also from the west and to the east. And I've tried my best to capture that contrast in these videos. Hello everyone, we are packing all of our stuff and heading out after this sort of long weekend that we've had. We spent like almost all weekend just working with the garden and catching up on our accounting work. And now we're headed for a few places in Innlandet of Norway, like the heartland sort of. We're getting really used to packing and unpacking constantly now. As you can probably guess by this point, it was starting to feel a bit like a marathon, and even though we were getting really tired of packing and unpacking, poor sleep and intense work days, we were also trying to take it day by day, step by step, and we were trying to enjoy every new place as best as we could. It's a little bit late, but we are headed for an East African restaurant. Still open, at least it says on Google. How was your meal? It's a super nice place and really good food. Doesn't look like there is something there, but you definitely should walk in the door. It was really nice. We have maybe an hour, half an hour before we have to go to bed. You see that thing there? That's not supposed to be on land, it's supposed to be in the water. We have this really crazy water crisis here in Norway right now, which means at least here in the east it's so dry. These are also supposed to be in the water, not like this. We were actually here the year before we moved to Telemark. We weren't exactly searching for a home here though.
But a place to move maybe.
Yeah. So we're kind of checking out different places in Norway to just see if we would like to live there. So Hamar was kind of on the list. We have reached our destination and it's supposed to make some sounds. Do you hear any sounds?
Any second now.
Any second. Well, I unfortunately have my doubts.
No.
I'm sorry that the clocks didn't ring. Bendik says that
Maybe tomorrow.
Bendik says that there is no more reason to be here now. So I just walked around here looking at these restaurants behind me here, and as usual when we are in the city or something, when I turn around I see Bendik doing this. Det blir liksom i fokus og så forandrer verden bak deg.
Litt gøy da.
Ja, men hvordan stopper man det her da?
Ser det ut?
Det var litt kult med deg, fordi Oi, det går bra. We are finished with our workshop in the school, and it was super fun because these youngsters, is the right word I think, because this is a high school. They had many reflections and questions, and yeah, really cool. But yeah, now we are exploring this area that is actually around the school that is called Domkirkeodden. We're going to a special place. But as usual, I have to find Bendik first. Har du funnet deg et borg? This is what we're looking for. The herb garden. We walked around the whole building here, being excited to get into the herb garden, and then we got to a sign that said that we had to buy tickets, and then we went to buy tickets, and then we realized that it's closed. Skal du snike deg? There's a lot of ways where we could have gotten in here, but we are going to be very polite and not do that. But if you are in Hamar and you're interested in plants, then there is a huge herb garden here that is kind of a replica sort of what they had here when there was monastery. Yeah, when there was a monastery here, and there will be apparently some explanations about the plants and what they were using them for, and what they believed that the properties of these plants were. So I was really interested to learn something new here. But so we have left Hamar and we are headed for Kongsvinger, and yeah, we would have loved to explore Hamar a little bit more, but we also really want to explore the area that we're going to, because we have never been there. We were actually going all the way to the Swedish border, and I was kind of excited about that because I knew that those places that we were going to were connected to a huge and mysterious forest that is called Finnskogen, that I've always wanted to go to for some reason. I was curious to find out if it was actually what I had imagined it to be. Shit. Kan dette virkelig være der vi skal, Bendik? We are now driving alongside Glomma, which is Norway's biggest river. The landscape here is really flat, and I think I can kind of guess what people are mostly working with here. Huge fields that they are cultivating here, so so I have to say I'm not super impressed with this view. But we are not gonna stay in this room for very long anyways. Think we are going to go out and explore. There's like two sides of the river, it feels like, because the side that we're living on, it's like a little bit more industrial and a little bit more like new houses and a big car road and stuff. It's a bit rougher. And then there's this other side of the river that is here, and it's called Øvrebyen. And this is more like big villas and old, like really beautiful houses. We spent some time walking around in this oldest part of Kongsvinger, and we walked all the way up to the castle that sits on top of the city with a view of Glomma and the area. But then it was time to head back to our side of town and get some sleep. So there is a local train station, and there's trains going from Oslo through here and all the way to Stockholm, from what I understand. Yeah, it's probably not gonna be very easy to sleep tonight. Let's hope they go away. Hello! Finished another day. We are headed for the next place, which is very close, just like half an hour from here. It's called Svullrya, and yeah, we're going for a new guest house. Let's hope there aren't any cars having a party outside this time. And we slept really badly tonight because there was some sort of water pipe or something that was making this like stoink sound. Like, and it wasn't
metallic noise.
Yeah, and it wasn't making this sound at like the same time. It was just like there could be like this long break, and then it would be like suddenly another sound, and it was like super irritating. It was really loud, so we had a bit of a hard time sleeping. So let's hope there is no water pipes and no like car parties, and yeah, let's hope. We were really tired today because we didn't sleep that well last night. So we were like really debating if we should just like go to the hotel and chill for the evening and yeah, just relax a little bit. But then we decided that since we are going home tomorrow, we want to like make the most of our last evening here. And there is an area here that I really have wanted to see for a long time. And it's maybe not what everyone else would want to see, but for me it is something that I've been like very curious about for a long time. And it's called Finnskogen. And it's basically a huge forest area that is here in this area that we are traveling in now. And it's also stretching across to Sweden as well. So Finnskogen has been the home also of what we call skogfinner, which is the people that came from Finland in the 1600s to this area. They still have some of the Finnish culture with them here, and also they had their own kind of culture here in the forest. And today they are recognized as a national minority group in Norway. I know I've talked about this on my channel many times before, but not all forests are the same. And Finnskogen was definitely something different than the forests I have experienced before. This is the village, Svullrya. I think there is like 230 people living here. It was strange because this place actually felt exactly how I had imagined it to be. This forest felt really big, quiet and beautiful, but also kind of mysterious and spooky and a little bit dark almost. And I had this strange feeling that there was something there that we couldn't see, but we could feel. And I really wish that I can go back there someday, because I found it very fascinating. And that, my friends, is the end of my travel series. It was not the end of our tour, but this is the end of the footage that I have from the tour. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one, which will probably be from my home in Telemark. Take care, everyone.